The skies over Valtor Prime had once been tinted with fire. I remember it like it was yesterday, though it's been nearly 7 years. I was a tech sergeant assigned to the evacuation crew during the collapse of the Zytherian slave pits. It was supposed to be a clean mission: extract political prisoners, recover human captives, and torch the rest. The Zytherians were a cruel species, sharp-boned reptiles with a knack for pain and manipulation. They captured all sorts, including those who weren't even soldiers. That's where I found her. She was huddled in the corner of a crumbling cell, covered in dirt and burns. Her violet skin was dulled by grime, her long metallic silver hair tangled and half-torn. She had no name, just a number, 2461C. Her species was unknown to most humans then. Delari, I later learned. Mostly extinct. I knelt down, handed her water, and asked if she could walk. She blinked slowly and rasped out one word. Free. He nodded. Yeah. You're free now. She stared at me like she didn't understand. Then, slowly, shakily, she reached out and touched my cheek with the gentlest reverence, as if I were made of stars. That was the last time I saw her. Until last night. I live a quiet life now, back on Earth in one of the temperate zones of Nova Colorado. The war's long over. I retired after 2 more deployments. These days I fix old ships, tend a small garden, and try to ignore the galaxy buzzing on without me. So, when the sleek obsidian transport ship landed in my field unannounced, I nearly dropped my welding torch. It was unlike any vessel I'd seen. No markings, no crew insignias, only chrome-finished fins that shimmered like molten glass. The ramp descended, and a figure stepped out, flanked by 2 quiet, armored assistants. She wore an emerald dress that clung to her like flowing liquid. Her hair was longer now, cascading in metallic waves past her waist, threaded with tiny gold links. Her eyes, a deep lavender hue, searched until they found me. You haven't changed, Marcus Hale, she said softly. I stared, blinking against the glare of the sun. Then it hit me. 2461. She smiled. I go by Nyara now. We sat under the shade of my porch as the twin suns of evening dipped behind the horizon. I offered her tea. She accepted, though she admitted she hadn't had earth-brewed drinks in years. I didn't know if you survived, I said finally. I always wondered. I did more than survive, she said. I thrived. I listened, slack-jawed, as she told me what happened. After I left her at the extraction zone, she was transferred to a refugee center on Venus Station. There, she was discovered by an interspecies linguist who realized what I hadn't. Nyara was part of a nearly extinct race of hyper-intelligent beings once known for creating organic tech hybrids. Her DNA alone was priceless. But instead of being exploited again, she fought back. She studied economics, engineering, politics. Within 5 years, she'd launched the first Delari-led technological trust in the outer colonies. Her company designed adaptive AI shells, medical implants, even quantum fusion engines. She wasn't just rich. She was a billionaire, possibly the richest non-human woman in 3 systems. And yet, here she was on my porch, sipping tea from a chipped mug, watching the fireflies blink across my field. Why come back? Yes. She met my gaze with a strange intensity. Because no one ever freed me. Not truly. They gave me opportunity. But you, her voice caught, you were the first to treat me like a person. Not a project. Not a prisoner. Just someone worth saving. I swallowed. It was the right thing to do. She smiled softly. That's rare in this galaxy. Climax. The days that followed were surreal. Nyara stayed in my town, buying out the entire local inn and converting one of the rooms into a mobile headquarters. Her assistants, polite and quiet, set up encrypted communications arrays on the roof. Every so often, she disappeared into a flurry of holographic calls and planetary investments. But at night she came back. We shared stories. She asked about the war, about what Earth was like now. She watched me cook, watched me fix ship parts, helped water the garden like she'd never done it before. She laughed when she slipped in the mud and glared when I teased her. I began to feel something I hadn't in years. Connection. One evening we sat watching the stars. Her hair shimmered silver blue in the starlight. "I've had empires offer me their sons," she said quietly. "I've had kings and CEOs, even a galactic prince, try to win me over." Chuckled. "Why am I not surprised?" She turned toward me. "I refused them all." I glanced sideways. "Why?" She reached out slowly, fingers brushing mine. "Because they only saw the crown, not the girl in the cell. You saw her, and still reached for her." My throat tightened. That was a long time ago. And yet it changed everything for me. Ending. The next morning, I awoke to find her transport gone. No note. No message. Asfin. I stood in the field for what felt like hours, staring at the flattened grass where her ship had rested. I told myself she was busy, that maybe she had pressing business on Callisto or needed to attend a summit on Vega Prime. Still, it stung more than I expected. I'd gotten used to her voice, her presence, her laughter echoing in my quiet home. 3 days passed. Then a box arrived. It was delivered by a hover drone bearing the insignia of Delari Holdings. Inside was a silver envelope, and inside that, an offer deed. Me. Ownership of a private habitat ring orbiting Earth. Luxurious. Remote. Fully furnished. Worth more than anything I'd ever own. There was a handwritten message on the back. For the man who gave freedom without asking anything in return. Come when you're ready. I'll be waiting. Nyara. I sat on the edge of my bed, heart pounding. A week later I arrived. The ring station shimmered like a silver halo in orbit. It was quiet, peaceful. Its walls adorned with growing gardens, waterfalls, and faint Delari music playing softly from unseen speakers. Nyara met me in the atrium. She wasn't wearing her empress robes or business suits. Just a simple white tunic and bare feet, walking toward me like we were just two souls meeting again under the stars. "I wasn't sure if you'd come," she said. "I wasn't sure either," I replied honestly. She took my hand. "This time I'm not leaving." And I believed her. Plug. Years later, news reports spoke of Nyara Delari, the alien billionaire who turned her back on the galactic economy to live quietly in Earth's orbit. Analysts were baffled. Competitors thought she'd lost her mind. But I knew the truth. She hadn't turned her back on the galaxy. She'd just come home. And so had I.